What's going on, y'all?
Turn this up. Turn this up.
How y'all feeling tonight? Yo, I got a show for y'all tonight. Y'all gonna be really y'all gonna love what we got planned for tonight. I got my girl Big Cat coming on art and shit on TikTok. So if you guys want to follow her, it is art underscore and underscore SHYT. She has one of the funniest erotic, sensual, honest channels on TikTok, and she's gonna be jumping on here around 8 o'clock. But I wanted to talk to you guys real quick, and then I wanted to get some, because last time we did a live I had a lot of people with a lot of questions and answers, and I didn't get a chance to get to them. So if you got anything you want to ask me before we start the show with Kat, just go ahead and leave it in the comments right now. What's up, Chicago? I see you, man. I see you. I love Chi-Town. You take me to the south side of Chicago. Let me hit up Shirley's. Shirley's got some neck bones and rice that slap faces, baby. I know you probably know a whole bunch more spots than I do, but that's one of my favorite spots anytime I'm in Chicago. Take me to the south side and I'm gonna hit up Shirley's. That's one of my spots, man. That's one of my spots. I love Chicago. It's only a few hours. I hop in the car in a minute and be in Chicago in a few hours and just, yeah, that's my spot. That's my spot. You know what killed me about Chicago though? Anybody that been in Chicago and you try to do some shopping and they lock all the doors. We're not used to that where I'm from. You go in the store, they lock it behind you. Ain't nobody just walking in the store in Chicago. That's crazy, but you know, it is what it is. It's like that from time to time and everywhere, I guess, but not where I live. But yeah, but if y'all got any questions y'all want to drop into the chat, man, we can get it. I can answer those, because I know when we had Yaya on the other day, you know, it was a lot of questions and everybody was just bombarding them, and I didn't get the chance to really answer them. But yeah, man, if y'all got some questions or something like that y'all want to ask me before I start with Kat later, because she's gonna be jumping on here in about 7 minutes. But I just wanted to give y'all opportunity to, you know, ask any questions about the channel, the content, any videos that I got. Another thing, man, yo, big up on everybody who be sending me videos. If you want to send me a video and you think I'd be, you know, you want me to review it or do a reaction video, just send it to first off in my opinion at gmail.com and I'll get it, because there's been so many people like in my inbox, but I can't see the link or whatever. So it's like, just send it to my email and I can see the link, and then I can give you a big shout out when I do the video. So I really appreciate that for all the people who be trying to help out with the channel, grow the channel, share the live. I'm telling you, tonight is going to be really interesting, because Kat, and the thing is, her name is Katrina Kat, but her channel is art and shit, right? And it's art underscore n underscore SHYT. When you see her, you're gonna remember her because her channel is hilarious. It's honest, it's very sensual, it's very sexy. And once she jump on here, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. We're gonna have some conversation. I'm gonna ask her some questions, and y'all gonna see exactly why her channel has been blowing up here recently. So hey, like I said, if you got any questions or concerns, man, it's a lot of stuff that, you know, went down over the last couple weeks. You know, I'm still on the Boston Celtics thing. That's still mind blowing. The Brett Favre thing is still mind blowing to me, and it's crazy for me, because it's like the news cycles have really pushed stuff under, and it's weird. It's just weird to me, because it's like we just bypassed the Brett Favre thing to jump on the Boston Celtics thing, and we never really even addressed it. But yeah, man, the Boston Celtics thing is crazy. I just can't wait for the rest of the story to come out, because I feel like we've only been getting bits and pieces of it, and we don't really even understand what all he did or whatever, and we still trying to figure it out because it's still a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because supposedly he got fined or they reduced his salary by 50%. I don't understand why they just didn't fire him. If it was so crazy, I just don't see why they just didn't fire him, move on, let him go find another job. Him and Nia Long can, rekindle or, rebuild their relationship or whatever like that. But I don't understand why they just didn't fire him. And that's why I feel like a whole bunch of people, the press, everybody is just like, hey, I don't understand why y'all just didn't fire him, because it's like you carrying it on with the suspense because you're not telling the truth about the whole event. So it's like now you just put more gas on the fire, more gas on the fire. And it's only going to be harder for the players once the season starts, because everybody's still going to be asking the same questions. What happened? Who was he cheating with? What was going on? What was so serious? So it's crazy, man. But I'm still waiting for, she's going to be on in about 3 minutes. But if y'all got any questions y'all want to ask me before she jump on, or anything you want to ask her, or if y'all want to throw out a topic for tonight, just throw it in the comments. I can see it right now, but you know how once the show starts, it starts getting a little, it gets a little speedy, so I don't get to see it. So drop it in there now and I can see. So if it's something y'all want us to talk about, let me know now. All right, here she, think I got it. Yep. There she go. Here we go. Y'all in for a treat, man.
Don't be hyping them up.
I am, man. I'm hyping them up. I'm letting them know. I had to come on early because I was like, y'all understand. Y'all about to get hyped.
What?
What's up, Kat?
You think so? Not much. How you doing? I got dressed up for you.
I can't even see you.
Oh shit, my bad. There you go. What about now?
Oh, there you go. Oh, you laid your edges and everything.
I did. What little bit of hair I do have, yes, I laid it out for y'all.
What's
I
going
did.
on? What you got, the hookah?
Yeah. Well, that's what we
I
gonna
can
say it
figure.
is. Okay.
That's what we gonna say it is.
That's what we gonna say
That's
it
what's
is.
up.
I'm not gonna
That's
incriminate
what's up.
myself.
That's what's up. Hey,
Can I
man,
smoke on live without them saying something? Without them banning
if
it?
they say something, they just gonna say it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we gonna do what we do. Hey, but I got like some questions that I want to just start off with off top.
Oh shit. Okay,
Just
I want
off
to see the
top.
questions. Let's go.
Okay, first off, like, okay, how did you come up with the channel? Like, what made you come up with the channel?
Well, my mind is always doing some dumb, crazy shit anyway. And my
Mm-hmm.
friends and family kind of got not necessarily tired of hearing it, but it was like, you need to, do more. So I was like, cool, I'll
Right.
try it. And then also, like, my radio is broken in my truck. So I be driving all day talking to myself. And I was like, you know what? Let's record this shit and start posting it. And that's how it started.
But it's like you just found like a niche right off the top. Like,
Well,
how you start your video.
I've
Go
always had
ahead.
my brand before anybody knew who I was. Cause like this is all a part of my healing from my divorce.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been building my brand, building myself for like 4 years now. I just never put it really out there to this magnitude.
Mm-hmm.
I had some other stuff going. Like I had my podcast going. I wrote a blog for like a year and a half almost. And so I just finally was like, you know what? Let's put video and voice with the pictures and the words that I've been writing. So TikTok it was. It was just,
So
I
let's
just
let's
always
let's
been
talk
there. We just had
let's
to put it out there.
let's talk
Yeah.
about the divorce. Let's talk about the divorce. Like, what happened there? You know?
That's a really interesting story.
Yeah. Go ahead. We have
I was
time.
supposed to be writing a book about it, but I didn't get to it yet.
Ain't nothing but me and your cousins on the phone.
I mean, I don't care. It ain't no big deal. But I was married for 6 years. My ex-husband is 22 years older than me.
Ooh.
And there was a lot of control, mental abuse, verbal abuse. Um, there wasn't support on his end. I was a stay-at-home wife. I was
Mm-hmm.
like 24 years old, at home, taking care of a family of a guy who was pushing 50. And I was just real naive and young and just followed him. And whatever he said, I
Mm-hmm.
did. After, like I said, 6 years, realized this is not a good relationship. It's toxic as shit. And I tried to leave him like 3 or 4 times prior to that, but he wouldn't let me. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, well, what's the best way to leave to where he's not going to want me back? Let's cheat on him. So I had a whole affair. Wait, it gets interesting. I had a whole affair. I wasn't broadcasting it, but I really wasn't trying to hide it either. Long story short, the dude I was messing with was married. His wife caught him. She got in contact with my husband. My husband called me at work and was like, "What's these text messages
What
I'm
in the
getting?"
Maury is going on right now?
Yo,
What
I'm
is
telling you.
happening?
I mean, did you expect a boring story? Look who you talking to. Like,
Come on with it.
you
Come
knew
on
it was
with
gonna be
it.
crazy. So like his wife contacted my husband. He called me from work and was like, "I'm getting these text messages from this girl. What is all this? Is this true?" He was sending me screenshots of me and the messages me and the other guy was exchanging. I said, "Yeah, I did it." And he was like, "What?" I said, "I did it." And so he came home. He talked to me. He was like, "What do you mean you did it?" I said, "I figured that was the only way that I could leave you and you wouldn't, I mean, and you let me go. That was my way
Hmm.
out." I said, "I don't regret it. I'd do it again. I need to get away from you." And his response was, "Okay, well, how do we work this out now?" He still didn't want to let me go. So I just like, fuck it. I packed up all my shit. I left. Shit got real bad after that for like a year and a half. Shit was just real bad with him.
Hmm.
He took me to court, tried to take our daughter, which resulted in him putting himself on child support. Well, because he served me, so you know. Because I didn't want
Hmm.
any of that shit. I was like, I want to do none of that. Like, just spend time with your kid. I don't care about no money. So he ended up being on child support. That's been 4, almost 5 years ago. And to this day, we still haven't talked or seen each other with the kids.
What?
Per his
Hold
request.
on.
Like, per his request.
You haven't seen him in 4 years? So how do y'all do pickups and drop offs?
His mom lives right around the corner from him. Like, I
Okay.
can see his house from her backyard. So I just drop my daughter off at his mom's house. He comes around and pick her up. We communicate through email because he doesn't want my phone number. It's a bunch of bullshit that I fucking hate that I got to deal with, but it keeps peace and quiet in my life. So
Has he moved on?
I don't know.
Obviously, it doesn't sound like
I
it.
don't
It
know. I'm
sounds like
thinking.
he carrying a
I'm
torch
thinking.
like right
Yeah.
now. Like,
Yeah. Like I really don't think he has. Um, but I did like right after I left. I did go back and apologize to him for the way that I ended things,
hmm,
and I could have did it better. And then for making it seem like I had no concern for his feelings. But I was like, 6 years, you had no concern for mine. Like shit was terrible to the
hmm.
point where like I'm pregnant and he's threatening to rape his own wife. Like you can't do that shit. Like it was a lot going on, and I just dealt with that for 6 years.
So, like initially, like you said, you were 22 years old. He was 20. You said 24, 25 years older than you.
22 years older than me. So I was 23 when I met him. So he was what, 45?
45. Hey, what's so funny is a lot of younger women, be at me and I'd be like, girl, I got shoes older than you. I can't, I can't even comprehend. I can't do it. But so that dynamic of control, was it control like, oh, you better not do this or oh, don't do that or was it like over advice every 5 minutes?
It started as over advice in the beginning. Like he was really
Mm-hmm.
looking out for me. Like he was, I'm older than you. I've been through that. I'm trying to help you out. It was that kind of thing. Um, and I knew I was in too deep. I think I was pregnant, and he told me, he was like, I saved you from yourself. If I didn't meet you, you'd either be dead somewhere or God knows what. Fucking every random man that come along, I saved you from yourself. You wasn't gonna survive alone. And I was like, yeah, yeah, you right, you right. And I kind of went along with it, but then it hit me. It was like, no. Like, I don't know what kind
Mm-hmm.
of person he thinks I am, but he broke me down to make me believe that I was just this terrible person out there. And I just went along with it. So it went from over advice, then it switched to the control of you need to do this, you need to do that. And I just kind of just fell in line. And I knew that it was time to go when I saw my daughter was being conditioned as well. Like if she
Mm-hmm.
would see me, I'm calm all day while he's not there. But then as soon as it was time for him to come home, I just jump up and I just start cleaning random stuff. Like I've been cleaning the house all day, but I'm just finding other stuff to clean because I know he's gonna say something. My daughter asked, she was like, "Daddy coming home?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Okay." So she jumped up, she started cleaning too. I was like, that's not good for her to see that, for her to be conditioned like that because, and I didn't say anything to her, but just to her watching me, she picked up on all of that. And I was like, I gotta get the hell out of here because it's not gonna get any better. It's only gonna get worse. And I know me. When I get to my breaking point, it takes a lot. When I get to my breaking point, I do shit that could potentially land me somewhere where I shouldn't. So I was like, I gotta get out of here before that happened, and she's not gonna have her mom or her daddy. So
Mm,
I had to just leave.
but okay, so now you fast forward, you out of the relationship. It feels like, you started to awaken like who you really wanted to be. That's what when I see you like becoming who you want to be right now. So, or it's just something you suppressed when you was married, and now
I
you just like, all right, I'm gonna do me.
I definitely suppressed it a lot when I was married. Cause I was this, but not as much before I met him. But I was real
Hmm.
strong-minded, strong-willed, and I took no shit from
All I
nobody.
heard was hard headed, but go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, anytime I hear a woman say I'm strong minded, I'd be like, okay, hard headed. All right, go ahead, keep
Oh,
going.
oh, my bad. I'm not hard-headed.
You not?
I listen.
Huh?
I listen.
Okay.
I want to do what I want to do. But if you tell me
Okay, that
something that
sound like.
if you tell me something that I know is beneficial, is going to help me, I won't say anything, but I'll sit down and I'll listen.
Hmm.
I have no problem submitting to the right man, but
The right leadership style.
yes,
Okay.
but it has to be earned. Not saying I'm gonna fight him every step of the way, but I gotta see it. I'm just not gonna meet a dude like, oh, he say he's a man, he's alpha male, let me follow him. No, you have to show me over a period of time that that's who you are, and I got no problem sitting down.
Really? So let me ask you this question. Okay. So I hear a lot of people say, like, I'm submissive, I listen, I do all that stuff. So is it, do you like the rah-rah leader or do you like the smart tactical leader?
The smart tactical leader.
So you can't do the rah-rah.
Nope. We gonna butt
Cause
heads.
some women, they like,
No.
you gotta check me. You gotta do all this stuff.
And I am like that. Check me, but you can't check me by yelling at me because I'm gonna yell back. But if you can
Hmm.
subtly just give me a look like, bitch, sit down. That's all you need. Just look at me. Like you look at a child, tell a child to sit down at church. All he gotta do is give me that look, and I'll sit right on down. Like, so like he's checking me, but in a more tactical, strategic, quiet way.
Okay. Now you got to get there though with the person though, right? It
Yeah,
ain't.
you gotta get. Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
I said, but I just feel like a lot of young people. I can't even say it's young people. I'm gonna say people in general don't know the difference between a narcissist and an alpha male because it's a thin line right there. It's a real
Very
thin
thin
line.
line. Yes.
And if
And
you
what?
and if you it can get toxic.
Yes. Yes.
So
Very much so.
how do you see that?
The biggest way I separate the two for me is if a man has to say he's an alpha male, he's not an alpha male.
Exactly.
And really, there's nothing else to talk about. An alpha male will never have to say it. You can see it in all his actions.
Another thing I would add to that is the ability to show empathy. Like
Yes.
the ability to put yourself in somebody's emotional shoes and feel.
Yes.
And
That's
like I
real
said,
important.
it is a thin line and I've seen people blur it. And I've seen I even and the same thing with women. I see a lot of women, well, I'm an alpha female and I'm like, you ain't gotta tell me you're a leader. You ain't
Yeah.
gotta tell me you're alpha female. You ain't gotta tell me those things. If you're that, it will show. It will show all day long. You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? Now back to the content on your channel.
Okay.
random thought of the day. Sometimes, anytime I'm in a group of people, I go to your channel and be like, hey, y'all want to smile real quick? My favorite
Really?
one, my favorite one is the one where you talk about, I think the dude was trying to tell you like he had a big male part. And you was
Yeah.
like, I drive a F-250, or something like that. You said that.
Yeah.
Now, I know you get a ton of inboxes. I know you do. So what is the worst that you've received and what's the best you've received? Because I know
The
you got some
worst.
inbox chronicles and diaries.
From just TikTok or ever?
Just we can go ever.
I
Cause
mean,
you
of
know
course.
my one friend Mel, she on here tonight. They watching. I'm gonna
Uh
actually
huh.
bring them on in a minute. But she was saying like, since she's starting to get a little notoriety, people been asking to fly her out. People be, cash app here, cash app there. You know what I'm saying? So is you living? Is you living?
I
You
ain't living,
partaking?
but I'm getting there. Matter of fact, I don't. He might be watching. I don't know, but a dude just offered to fly me to DC earlier today, and I was like, "What we gonna do?" He was like, "Nothing. Just hang out, just chill." I was like, "Yeah, okay, we'll see about that." But I kind of want to go. Like it's a trip. There's another guy. Every couple weeks or so, he just cash at me some money. He's like, "Go get some lunch." I was like, "Okay." So it is what it is. I've had when I first got on TikTok, I might have only had like maybe 8,000 subscribers at the time. This guy messaged me. He was like,
Did you say eight
"How
thousand or
8,000?"
that's a lot, right?
Not compared to what I
That's a
have
lot.
now.
I know. I mean, but I'm just
To
saying you made
think.
it seem like it was like crumbs. Like I just had
Well,
8,000
before
like
people
two
knew
weeks
who I
ago.
really was, like
Okay.
this guy messaged me. He was like, "How much I gotta pay you to get a picture of your pussy?" And I was like, "You serious?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Nigga, like for real? Like you could go on the internet watch this shit for free. Why you gonna pay for it?" And he wasn't the only one. Like every couple of weeks, some dude messaged me, "Send me a picture of your titties. I'll pay you however much you want." I always give him some random number, $500. Damn, that much? Yeah. Like if you want to see him, pay. Like
Yeah. I
so,
mean, do you do
it's
it? I mean,
no,
oh,
no,
okay. I'm just saying. I'm like, we inquiring minds want to know. I'm on the edge of my seat.
no.
Like,
I don't
huh?
do that. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna do that. And I had
So,
an OnlyFans before,
okay.
and that's what people expected me to do on there, and I'm like, no. Like I like to dress up in costumes and like do little random skits and shows and shit around here by myself where it's like real sexual.
Cosplay or just random stuff? Like,
I'm gonna say random stuff. I guess it'd be considered cosplay. I just never knew what to call it. I'm just being myself. Like I have multiple. Y'all gonna think I'm crazy as shit. Y'all already think I'm crazy as shit. It don't matter. I have multiple different personalities living within me. Like tonight in this little outfit, this is
hmm
not Cat P. This is Katana. And so I mean, it just depends on who I feel like being that day. I dress up like that person, and I'm that person all day around here taking pictures, recording shit. And I used to put that on my OnlyFans. And it's a lot more raunchier than what I would usually post on like Instagram, but I guess that wasn't enough for them. And they wanted titties and me playing with myself and all the other stuff. And I was like, I'm not a porn star publicly. I'm not doing that. Like, so
I will be honest. If I go to your channel and I look at your content, you do seem very open and sensual and sexual and provocative, if you will. And but then I also see when you be at work in the car, you be also be like, yes, this
professional.
is Katrina from accounting.
Yes, yes. That is me all day. So then when I come
Okay.
home, I get to be a different personality.
Okay. Okay. So that balancing that just in your personal life and your social media life, does that cause any conflict, like just in general, or no?
You know?
Done?
And because everybody who knows me knows, as you would say, I'm hard headed. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do whenever I'm gonna do it. I
Oh, so
don't
we're admitting to
care
that
what the
now.
fuck you say. I can admit
Okay,
that.
okay, okay, okay. All right.
So
So I
yeah, so I
mean,
mean, go ahead.
no, so with that being said, like what is your dating situation like right now?
I'm single.
Not dating?
Dating, like, okay, what's your definition of dating? Because my term of dating is completely different from everybody else.
Okay, so I feel like it's stages. I feel like the initial is talking, like, just having conversations with somebody via the phone, text, social media, maybe meetups here and there. Dating is okay, me and you are going out on events and outings for a period of time and talking.
With the
Um,
same person?
yes.
No. Like,
No?
I, to me, dating is I go out on a date with this person today, on a date with that person tomorrow. It's never really consistent person. I'm just getting to know different people. That I do. I don't do it a lot only because I don't like people like that. I don't like being
Mm.
around people like that. I'm really an introvert. I love sitting on my couch doing nothing. But when I go out, I know how to socialize, be a part of the group, keep people entertained. So when I do date, it's real sporadic, real random. Um, so I guess I'm dating. I don't know. I'm not talking to anybody seriously like that.
Now, I gotta ask this question. I gotta ask this question. Okay, so when you're dating, are you a receiver or are you proactive?
I'm proactive until I see that the energy isn't being matched, then I stop.
I notice that a lot of women are receivers though. Like they just, you want to go to dinner? Yes. You want to go here? Yes. You want to go do this? Yes. But then it's like I end up dating myself because we're going everywhere that I like and I'm not really learning you.
And I used to be that way, of course, when I was younger. So this took a lot of growing into and maturing and realizing that I can't get upset with this man because he didn't do this romantic thing for me or that romantic thing for me. If he didn't fucking know, I can't expect him to be Prince Charming and just magically know everything about me and then it just fall in place. So if I want something to happen, I'm gonna ask you, hey, I want to go to such and such place. You want to go with me? Want to go on a date? I'm like, yeah, okay, cool,
Hmm.
let's go. And it's my rule that if I initiate the date, I pay for the date from beginning to end. I'm not asking you for anything. And I've done that a
I will
couple
never,
times.
I will, and never in the history of me being black, I don't think I don't ever want a woman to pay for a date that I take her on, or even
And
she takes me on.
I can respect that. If we get there and that's what you say, I'm like, all right, cool. But just understand, I have no problem doing for you as you do for me. That's just my only thing.
I feel like I'm old though, so it's like I see these, you know what I'm saying? I done managed clubs, been part owners and stuff like this. So it's like, I sit there and I watch them and I'm like, this, this dude about to ask to split a $33 bill.
Now that I'm not doing that shit. If I go on a date and his response is, "So we splitting this," he ain't not gonna hit for me no more. Like I'm not
Yeah.
splitting no shit. Either you got it, I got it. That's all it is. Like if we split, I could have took myself out. Like what the fuck do I do that for? Like
Yeah,
I
that's
got
weird to
multiple
me.
personalities in my head. I don't need to talk to you. Like so, I'm not doing that shit.
What? What?
I'm just saying. But I think me willing to like pay is all part of me being a Cancer and my nurturing spirit. Like
Hmm.
when I am with somebody, like I spoil them like none other. And I don't mean like buying them gifts and shit like that, but just taking care of them, making sure on a day-to-day basis everything is met. Their mental, their physical, their spiritual, everything. Just being there for them. So if I say I want to take you out and I want to do this and do that for you, it's because I see myself nurturing you. I just want you to be okay.
Now, Mel, when she was on here last week, and she had made a video, and it started off by saying like she be doing the most. And a lot of women agreed with her, but there was a lot of women who was like they didn't agree with her.
About doing the most
Like
as far as what, dating?
doing the most, like you meet a guy, you fall hard, you taking care of him, you look, you know what I'm saying, you in it, like let's just say day two, you 10 toes deep. Now, and the thing is, I feel like a lot of women do that. I feel like a lot of guys do that too. I feel like that's more of a natural orientation to who you are versus like this is just, oh, because the thing is, you
Yeah.
wouldn't do it with somebody who treated you like an asshole the first date.
Yeah, and I feel like
You
it just depends on the person, like who you meet. Like you can meet somebody and think they cool to hang out with, I like their energy, but just something's not off. So you
hmm
participating, but you're not giving 100% because we not there yet. So it may take like 3 years for you to get to that point with that person. Whereas you might meet somebody else and then like off the rip, the energy is being matched. There's a connection there that you never felt before. You might be okay with giving them everything that second day and caring for them and all that stuff. I think it just all depends on each person and then the connection you make with that person. So I don't ever think it's too much. It just depends on the situation.
Now let me ask you this: are you a visual type person? Like you, the physical visual attraction does it for you, or is it more so I like this person's spirit or energy?
I mean, off the rip, it's definitely visual first. Like, cause I'm
Hmm
not gonna look at you and just see, oh, I like his energy just from staring at the person. Um, so if I just look at you and if you pleasing to my eyesight, then okay, that's off the rip. That's it right there. Now, once I get to know you, it turns from all right, I'm attracted to you, but is there anything else? Do we have a spiritual connection, a mental connection? Then it turns into that. And if that's lacking, I don't care how fine you are. I can't do it. I can't talk to you anymore because you're boring the shit out of me right now.
Mm. So you wouldn't have a problem with, let's say, a crunchy individual.
What, ugly? Is that what you're trying to say? I mean,
Yes.
why we, why, why,
Yes.
why we sugarcoat shit? Um, I talked about that on one of my podcasts. Everybody, I'm not going to include my ex-husband, but everybody before him were incredibly ugly individuals. Like so much to the point that all
Wow.
my friends and my family would say, "Why are you with this person? Look at you, look at him. You could do so much better." And I was like, "Well, he has a good personality, you know." But then I was also young and naive and in that mind state of I got to get whatever comes at me. So that's why so many ugly niggas got a chance. But now in later life, finding myself all over again and making it even better, like fuck that shit. I'm vain. You gotta, you gotta match this. I'm not gonna walk
Hold
around
on,
with
hold on,
Trey.
hold on, hold on. How did you go on? How did you that? I know that younger part where you said like, so you said you had an ugly streak, like a crunchy phase. So you met a whole bunch of crunchy dudes and you gave them the opportunity, the time of day. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? So you saying your ex husband wasn't crunchy or he was lord of crunchiness? Like which one was he?
He wasn't crunchy.
He wasn't crunchy.
He
Okay.
wasn't crunchy. No,
Okay.
he wasn't crunchy.
All right. So I be
Why are
okay.
we calling
So
these ugly dudes crunchy? They ugly. Call them that. Tree monsters.
cause crunchy is
Like,
nicer. Crunchy is nicer. You
there is
know.
nothing nice about calling a person ugly, no matter how you say it. Like,
He has a high crunchy factor. Like, it just sounds
okay,
rolls off your tongue better.
I
You
guess.
just be
All
like, oh,
right.
he ugly.
Yeah.
Ugly is demoralizing.
Sir, I'm not attracted to you. Is that better? Like,
Sir, you don't do it for me at all. At
you're
all.
not. You're not. Your beard is struggling. I can't
See,
do
they even saying it in the
that.
comments. Crunchy is better. Crunchy is better. They're saying it in the
Okay.
comments.
Nothing wrong with crunchy. All right, cool. We'll go with crunchy.
So, what is your ideal type? Tell all the guys just listening.
6'2", dark skin, full beard, dreads. I say it in every video.
A Haitian? Is that a Haitian? Like, is that any
I
Haitian?
mean,
Like,
sure. If he's 6'2", dark skin, with full bearded dreads, yes. As long as he's not African, yeah, we good. I gotta tell that story too.
what? Go ahead, tell it.
No, not here. I got a different plan for that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Craziest date. Let me tell me about the craziest date you've been on.
Crazy good or crazy bad?
We'll do bad first.
I was, oh shit, this is real crazy. I think I was like 14, and there was this guy. I know I'm taking it way back, but this is the worst day ever. This guy that I went to church with, I think he was like 20, and he liked me. And I was just a grown ass man. I'm not doing that shit. So he's always,
Yeah,
but
R. Kelly.
he was a little off in the head though. But he would always ask me to go out, and I was like, "No, you can't. You can't go out." My mom said I can't have a boyfriend until I'm 17. If you want to take me out, you got to ask her. I knew she was gonna say no, so he went. He asked her, and he came back to me. Said, "Can I take you out to the movies?" That's what my mom say. Say, "Yeah, you can go." I'm like, "What the fuck, mom? This a grown ass man." Like, so no, he's such a nice guy. Anyway, 20 year, I think he was 20, might have been 19, but ended up going to the movies. His grandfather dropped us off at the movies, and we watched Scooby Doo. I hate Scooby Doo to this day for that very fucking reason. And it was just terrible. It was awkward. He kept trying to touch me. I was like, just please, just leave me alone. Um, and then after the date, we were supposed to go out to eat, and we sat outside the movie theaters for like 2 hours, waiting for his grandfather to come pick us up. And he never came. And finally, he was
What?
like, I think he came like maybe at 9 o'clock. We was still standing outside at 9 o'clock at night. He was like, "Oh, I thought y'all was at the restaurant." I said, "How the fuck we got there? You all right?" Like, so I was like, "Fuck it, take me home. I don't want to see you no more." I went home. He asked me to go to prom with him after that. I said, "Nope, not doing it." So my sister went with him out of pity, and so he's been stalking my sister for like 15 years now. And he just
Mm.
recently found me again. Like he found my email address and started sending me emails. So I threatened to press charges and call the cops on him because that was creepy as shit. Like, so,
What did your mom say about it? Like, what
I
was
never talked to
her?
him about it after that.
Wow.
No, I just
You
left it
ain't in
alone. Like
charge of finding people no more. You not in charge.
never.
Goodness.
Like
Never. You're not even a good mom for this date.
she's
All
not.
right, crazy best. What's the best one? What's the best date?
Well, I ain't gonna say best, but it was interesting, good, interesting. Went out with a dude, and he was just like telling me everything. I guess a man thinks someone wants to hear. Right? He want to be with me. First date, he want to be with me. He want to get to know me. He want to build a future with me because he's like well known in the area, and so
Hmm.
everybody know him. He was like, "I want you to be on my arm," this, that, and everything else. I was like, you know what? This sounds amazing. This sounds good, but I ain't the woman for it. I'm just here because I'm trying to see what that dick like. And he was like, what? I was like, sir, I just got out of a marriage. I am not trying to look for a relationship. I'm just trying to get some. And he was like, you dead ass. I was like, I'm going to the bathroom. If you want it, you follow me. And he was like, okay. Took to the bathroom, did what we did. I left. I never called him, never texted him. Matter of fact, I blocked him. Because I had no intention of getting to know him. I just wanted some. Like, what am I? I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I think like maybe a year later, he saw me out at some event around here, and he was like, "You remember me?" I said, "Oh yeah, I remember you. You were good." He was like, "So we can't talk anymore." I was like, "No, that was a one time thing. I'm good, so don't worry about it." And for me, that was a good date. Like I went with an intention, I did it, and it was successful. So it was a good date.
I mean,
What?
all right. I'm gonna back up just a little bit.
Okay.
So if the goal was to just have a physical exchange, was it not worth having a physical exchange again?
I mean, it was good enough to do it again. I just don't want to.
Mm.
I mean, I had
Hey,
them. Hey, I had them once. I don't need them again. And plus, like
Hey,
he,
Mel,
go ahead.
cut your TV off. You got
I,
we hear your Law and
I,
Order in the
I'm, so-
background.
I'm sorry.
So Mel, you've been listening to Kat tell us about how to date, and
It's how I date. It's not how to date. It's how I date.
I
Don't
mean
listen to
it
me.
worked. It worked for you. It worked for you. I mean, sometimes it works for
But
others.
you know, I got different things in mind and different goals than what other people have.
So your ideal guy is 6'2", Haitian with dreadlocks.
I mean, I say that, but it don't gotta be that. As long as you're attractive, I'm good.
What is attractive though?
If I look, I'm about to die on live, y'all. Pray for me. If I look at you and I say, "Damn," to me that's attractive, and at least four other people got to say the same shit. If I'm the only one that think you cute, no, maybe you not. I'm not gonna talk to you.
So
But
only four people in the whole world of 7 billion people, as long as they agree
somebody,
with
at
you.
least somebody else want him. I'm good. Don't nobody want. You don't want to be with nobody that nobody else want. I mean, granted, not saying you want
I've
them to cheat on
literally
them.
heard that. I've literally heard. I want to be with somebody that don't nobody want, because then I don't have to worry about competing with nobody.
I'm not competing if I already got the spot. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And he
Mm.
has no reason to seek anything elsewhere. I just need to know somebody else want him, and you can't have him. I'm good.
Do you see yourself getting married in a traditional sense?
Traditional sense, no.
What do you see?
Right now, I'm just like, if he wants to get married, then okay, cool, we can get married. But I'm completely fine with us just being together, committed to each other for the rest of our
Cohabitating.
life. Yeah, I don't need a marriage.
So this whole, let me tell you about this new phase of, what is it called? You kids call it poly. What you feel about that?
Not
No,
for me. Nope.
not for you.
I
It's
Mm.
tried.
well, it depends on the person. With my ex-husband, no, I couldn't do it. Anybody I dated before him, I could do it. But that's only because I know I wasn't as deep into the relationship to be hurt by knowing he out there messing with somebody else. So I could have did it with them. I loved them, but I wasn't like all wrapped up and caught up in it where it's really gonna hurt me to know that he messing with somebody else. But with my ex-husband, no, I love that man. That wasn't gonna happen.
Mm. Mel, what you think?
I tried poly.
You did?
Hmm.
How was it?
Um, the reason it wouldn't have worked for me in that sense because I was
Hold on,
doing it.
hold on. When?
This is a few years ago. I tried it because I was hoping that
With the
it would
crunchy
make sense.
dude?
No,
All right,
no,
go
It's
ahead. All right,
ugly
go
out
ahead.
here.
no. I tried it. I'm gonna be real with you. I tried it out of insecurity. I tried it to see if maybe if I do this, then he'll be happy. And that did not work. It backfired bad. Like it backfired really bad.
And
Like
that's what I've always. I just had this conversation with somebody a couple weeks ago. Like I feel like the only reason a woman would agree to do poly is because she doesn't want to lose that man. So she's doing whatever she got to do to keep him happy.
yeah, but it's actually some poly women, like some women who are bisexual. So they look at it as
Yeah.
if they can still have both because we always look at it like the man wanted, but you would be surprised. I follow a lot of women because I'm for poly. I mean, it doesn't work for me, but I do see people who do it very just as well as monogamy. Like they're doing just fine. They have arguments just like us. You know, it's just a regular relationship. It's just between three different people. You just
So do
have to
you
have the
think?
mindset of
Do you
not
think?
wanting to just basically you just got to be willing to do what it takes just like you would in a monogamous
Hmm.
relationship. It's the same thing. It's
Why,
just
why
if you
you look
want
like
this to
that?
work then it will.
Why you making the faces?
You
You
know,
you want
because
probably.
it's like, the idea, I think a lot of people, for one, I'm gonna give you both sides of it real quick. Monogamy in this country, to us as African Americans, is actually new. This is something we've only done in this country. So therefore, for 10,000 years, we always had multiple wives.
Hmm. Hmm.
Or so monogamy is something we've done here in the States.
Hmm.
Okay. So the historical value of it is present. Now, me personally, I don't have anything against people who do it, and it works, and that family dynamic works for some people. It doesn't work, but I think the problem I have with it is because I think a lot of people always initially equate it to a sexual thing,
Right.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, do you think more
and
people do that because of a sexual thing or financial other reasons?
I feel like the financial part of it is the life hack. You know what I'm saying? But the sexual thing is the thing I think that disgusts people or excite people,
Hmm.
and that's why I feel like it won't be accepted like it should be, because of that. You
I
know what I'm
agree.
saying? Like, and when you think about, like, like you go to Utah, or so many places where there's a lot of Mormons and stuff, like they still, still do that. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? But like it's frowned upon, like literally when we do it. So it's weird to me. It's just a weird dynamic in the United States that even amongst African Americans, it's a tough argument. It's a tough conversation. Like, cause soon as you bring it up, it's like, oh, it's a guy and two girls. Sometimes it be a girl and two guys.
I follow her on TikTok. She got two husbands.
Yeah, told that light skin girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I've been watching her
Yeah,
for years.
she sure do.
I applaud her personally. I can't. No, I can do that. I can do that.
I just
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
need too much masculine energy for me. Like I'm okay with my one. I'm
But
okay with that. You know what I'm saying? But because they're not, her husbands aren't sexual with each other. They're only with her. So
wait, really? Because I thought they were bisexual.
the guys, I
Yeah,
don't think they are.
they took a lot of
I was trying
suggestive
to remember. It's
pictures.
another one. She has two husbands,
They
but
took a
one of
lot
the
of
husbands has
suggestive
a
pictures.
girlfriend. It's a lot of people in one thing. But like I say, it's just like the going back to what probably even started from is from men basically taking on women with children who didn't have fathers. They didn't even have to be sexual. It was just a man being a provider and a protector to a woman and her children if her man died or if her if her husband passed away. That's mostly the biggest part of it. Now it's a whole different thing. I do believe that people look at it a lot when it comes to sex, but it's not all it's cracked up to be. In my case, it wasn't, but I tried it. I did.
Would you do it again?
No, absolutely not. I wouldn't. Even though, like I say, when I see people doing it, I think it's nice. I do think about the financial side. I do think about that.
Yeah.
Three households, I mean, three incomes is it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? You need that in these days. You need more income. You do,
So
but
when you did it, was it all in one household or just three people in a relationship?
it was just three people in a relationship.
Okay.
Yeah. So we didn't do. We tried to do the house thing, but just like two women both insecure trying to keep a man, it was never going to work. Me and her was going to be fighting all the time because it wasn't, the dynamic was not right. It was just us not wanting to lose a man. So we wasn't going to be able to be friends. We wasn't going to be able to actually coexist without it being a low key competition.
Hmm.
So
How did it start? Like you said it was two women trying to keep a man. So did it start where y'all just kind of found out about each other? It was like, let's all make it work? Or was it actual introduction of everybody dating each other?
nope. It was an ex of his who he just couldn't let go of. And since I was just like,
Uh,
oh, you know what, he can't let her go, so let me go ahead, let me see what she's talking about. And like I say, she basically was like, okay, we could try it, even though she was still basically just like, I just want to keep him. And I could
yeah.
tell that energy. It wasn't a friendly energy between me and her. It wasn't at all. So
so
yeah.
look, I'm all right. So I host a few events here
Hmm.
locally, and so I do this thing called hip hop and R&B bingo, and it just happened to be one of the songs that played at bingo was that SZA song, "The Weekend," right? And so, like usually any other song we play, the whole crowd just on their feet singing it, and they all.
Not that.
But so this song comes on, and I seen a lot of people humming. You know, they sitting in their chairs, they humming, and so I told the DJ, I was like, "Cut it off." Now listen, y'all all know every word to this song because y'all living it.
What song you
So I
talking
need
about?
y'all to stand up and I need y'all to sing it.
The
And so the
weekend.
DJ, yes, yes. And so the DJ played it back and she turned it back on. She on here too, DJ Tosh Beats. What's up? And so she turned it up. Then everybody started singing it. So my thing is, a lot of people are in poly relationships and
Unknowingly
just yes,
Yeah.
unknowingly or knowingly, but
or
just won't
knowingly.
accept it publicly.
Most definitely. That's what that, but you have to, and that's why when a lot of people used to get on me and say, girl, you crazy for doing that. Knowing I know you've been with the same man who's been cheating on you for 5 years that you are very aware has been cheating, sis. We are both doing poly. We are both doing poly. So I just was, it is what it is. But people don't want to accept it or say it out loud to people because they feel like they're going to look like a fool. But they actually feel like one, which makes it worse.
Mm. Cat,
So,
question. So when you come up with your random thoughts of the day, is it a list or is it just you freestyling?
No, it randomly, like, when I make the video and put it out is when it just pops up in my head.
Really?
Yes.
Because it seems so scripted and
There are
precise.
7 people in here.
Oh my
Like all we
gosh.
do is
What's
talk to
that?
each other all day. Like now, it might come out like scripted because like it'll pop in my head and I'll sit and I'll think about it. Okay, let's word it to make sense to somebody else. Because my head is a bunch of bullshit. So I got to slow it down, slow down my thoughts, and get the thought together so I can deliver it so you can understand it too. But the minute I think about it is the minute I record it.
Now it's some people on here and they just for the first time they peeping you out right now. Another one of my favorite ones, and go to her page and check these out because she got like hundreds of them. Um, and the one that I think it sort of went viral for you, when you apologize to man, could you break that one down for people real quick?
I was in the gym. I had been, and hadn't been in the gym in a long time, and I had a trainer, and she was like, "We're gonna do some planks, and we're gonna do what you call it, pull-ups." But I don't know when you lift yourself up in the air.
Hmm.
And I realized I'm fat as shit. Like I could not lift up my body weight to save my life. Like, I was struggling. A plank for like she was like, let's do 30 seconds. I got 30 seconds. I was done at 10 seconds. I was just not gonna work. And so that's I was thinking, I was like, because I know I got a friend that, still a sexual person. I need my needs checked sometimes. So I got a friend, I was talking to him about it, and I was like, I just want to apologize to you. And he was like, wow, so all that time I gave you shit for not being able to stand up in it for 15 minutes straight. Nigga, that's a lot to hold yourself up and pump and try to hold me down. I said, I'm sorry. I was like, I gotta tell everybody else this. I underestimated all these years. That's a lot of physical work a man has to do. And me, I can't speak for all women, but me, when I made that whole skit about I want a 2 hour minimum, like I meant that shit. Like you're not on top of me for 2 hours, but the whole experience of
Hmm.
everything, at least 2 hours for me. And I'm sitting thinking like I'm expecting a man to maybe give me good dick for like 30 minutes of that 2 hours, and I can't hold my own body weight up. Like I truly apologize for giving y'all shit. Like so yeah, that was how that came about.
That's funny.
Look, all right, since we on the topic, how do y'all okay,
Don't get
just
us.
give me y'all's I'm just gonna give it to you. How long do y'all think we should be beating the cat? Like how long is a reasonable amount of time? Cause I hear people say, "Oh, I need somebody in." Ain't I really feel like if a man could attack the coochie for longer than 25 minutes, the coochie is whack.
But to
But
me, it's like it's not like 25 minutes consecutively. Like it might be 3 minutes here, then we switch it up and do some other freaky shit, and then another 4 minutes there. Like you just kind of switch it up. I mean, because like you said, no, if a man is in it for 25 minutes consistently, just in and out, it's whack. Shit ain't right.
Mm-hmm.
So if he got to keep pulling out
Mm-hmm.
and do other stuff, then clearly it's good. So we just expanding the time out. So really, no cap. If everybody's having fun, there should be no cap on the time. Just keep going until both of y'all finish, and then go again.
So if a guy finishes, let's say he hit it good for like 11 minutes,
Okay.
and then he releases himself.
Okay.
How fast do you feel like he should be ready again?
And just whenever you're ready, like rest, eat, drink water. I need you hydrated. I don't care. Just give it to me again before you leave. Like,
Mel, let me hear it, Mel.
well, in my case, like all of the foreplay, and maybe it's just me. I think I just come fast, but all of that foreplay leading up, he won't be able to be in it long anyway. But I just feel like it don't, like she said, it don't have to be just steady going. Like he's stopping and going, or he doing something else, or he grabbing a toy. I'm grabbing a toy. It's gonna be stuff in between. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be other stuff going on. So he wouldn't even be able to go for 25 minutes just doing that. So no. But I don't like long sex. Like people be like, yeah, I want it all night long. Like no. Like my current sex partner is is it's
He
just
is watching. He is
I
watching,
he is
and
just
and he is at church watching on his phone right now.
he at
is
work.
So
it the pastor? Getting his hands
No,
laid
no.
on. It's cool.
He,
Getting your hands laid on. That's cool. Take it. Get
he at work.
it.
But he is very, very hands on. So before
See,
the
he put his hands.
penetration is the anticipation of me. I'm kind of like, oh my God, come on, hurry up. So when he do, um, he wouldn't be able to. But he always wants to make sure I get mine first. That's why he always kind of stopping. He want to make sure like I'm gonna get mine, or I'm gonna get him a few times before he even get his. So don't get me
What?
back.
Okay,
And
so
don't get me
quiet or talking? Like, do you what
talking,
you prefer?
talking me
Talking,
through it.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Ta-
It depends
Teach
on the
me like
person.
I'm a retard. Teach me like I'm a tell me everything. Teach
It
me like
depends
I'm a
on
whole retard.
it depends on the person with me.
What you like quiet or no? Or you saying it depends on the person?
It just depends on the person. Like if it's just the look, I'm just trying to knock this out because
Okay.
I need an edge off. We don't need to talk about shit. Just get it done. I don't need to hear
Okay.
that you enjoyed it because I'm here for myself. Like, just be done. But if there's a mental connection, don't talk shit to me. Like, I like that dynamic back and forth of just, a challenge. Like, let's talk.
Mm-hmm.
But I ain't
Okay.
doing that with everybody.
But does that increase the level of intimacy?
It does.
Now,
For
okay, so
me,
when you just trying to get knocked back, is it a lot of kissing?
nope. I don't kiss. Even with my current consistent sex partner, I've known him for 4 years. We've been doing this shit for 4 years. Well, almost 4 years. And I didn't start kissing him till maybe the beginning of this year, end of last year. And even still now, when we have sex, I don't kiss him.
Mm.
Oh, I'm a
I
kisser.
don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it. If
Cause
I
that
can't, if
to
I
me,
don't feel, yeah, I don't think I could do it.
Oh, okay.
people think I'm ass backwards when I say this, but I can just fuck somebody and that's what it is, just sex. Kissing to me is very intimate. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Hmm.
breathing your air. It's very intimate. I don't want to do that with everybody. And then even if I do care about you like him, I care about him. And we close enough to where I don't mind kissing him, but I can't do it all the time because it's going to take me to a place of I want him as my man, and I know that's not on the table for me right now. So
Mm.
I have to block kissing off so I don't get that connected to him.
Mm. I don't know. I can. I don't think I could be intimate just without kissing. Now, when I was much younger, it didn't matter to me. I would hit the side of a house if it. I mean, it didn't matter. But now it's like I need a connection. I need a serious intimate connection with somebody, and I don't think I could do it without
I get
kissing them.
that.
Or because I think kissing is like I've had bad kissers and just turns it all the way off. Like you, ma'am, you are a penis softener. I cannot take me out.
Wow.
Like just get me out of here. Get me out of here. Like my chub is no longer like I'm
Wow.
out. And I mean that's just I just feel like kissing is one of those important things. Like just the vibe too. Like I
Hold on.
kind
She
of feel
said she
like
didn't kiss light skinned men for 36 years. I'm just saying I
who
love that
said
compliment.
that?
Cause I can't stand a light skinned nigga,
Who
so I
said that?
understand. What's her name? Where you at? Oh shit.
I didn't
Spiritual
spiritual
freak.
Mm.
spiritual
Said she
freak
ain't.
444. I didn't
I
kiss
understand.
I didn't kiss light skinned man for man. You know something? Light skinned man get a terrible rap, but when I was coming up, they was killing it. You know
And
what I'm
that's why
saying? Like
they not doing shit now. Cause they had their era. It's over.
yeah,
Dark skinned
yeah,
niggas are in style. Like they not going nowhere.
yeah. It was yeah. They had their day. You know what I'm saying? A little DeBarge years. She said she got her reasons though.
Light skin is
That's
enough.
I don't. So I hear a lot of women they be like, I don't talk to light skinned men, or
Sounds
I don't
like it.
talk to short men, or I don't talk to fat men. I don't like they're just total turnoffs. Like, is that accurate? Like, I mean, could you really just be like, oh, I can't talk to him because he's light skinned?
I mean,
That sounds like trauma.
I think cause I've dated light skinned dudes, but it was just like we both was trying to be pretty. It was
Wow.
like for real.
you,
Like I
you just
dated.
said light skinned dudes
Not
back
trying to
20 years with.
not trying to say that though, but like this is just from my own experience, and it just wasn't. It felt like I was competing. You know what I'm saying? Like it was. I'm gonna just stick to my chocolate.
But then even as like, okay, so y'all both, lighter complected women,
I'm
right?
not.
So yes, you is. Y'all yeah.
I
I
love.
mean, I'm just saying, like,
Mm,
dark skin, do y'all get dark skin girl hate?
I'm sorry, y'all. That's my
Hell
man.
no.
No?
I love me a dark skin. I love me a dark skin girl just as much as I love me a dark skin man.
So they don't no, I'm talking like towards you. Do they like, hate on you or oh she thinks she cause
But
she
that comes from everybody though. I ain't not to be arrogant, but I get that shit from everybody. Or
Mm,
uh
have gotten it. But that was mostly because I was quiet, didn't say much to people, and people looked at me as, oh, that's the pretty chick. I went through a phase where I thought I was ugly from like probably up until about maybe 22. And so I didn't talk to people because my confidence was there, but it was like I don't want to be seen, so I kept to myself. And people took
mm.
that as, oh, she thinks she's a light skinned pretty chick, she's too good to talk to people. I was like, no, I just don't give a fuck, and I don't want to deal with y'all. That's all. So it was just a misconception that I was stuck up because I was light skinned.
Yep, I got that too. People say you look like you mean. I be like, I
Get
do.
that a lot too.
Like, why don't you smile? I'll be like, why y'all in my business? But yeah, I've got that. But like I say, I'm the lightest in out of all my brothers and sisters. So all my brothers and sisters are like brown skin, dark skin, like really, really dark. I'm the lightest one. So I've always had like a little weird thing when it came to being light skinned. But like I said, I was insecure for years, but I just found that I was pretty about 2 years
See,
ago. So
yeah, you went through the same thing.
it's just different.
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So Kat, how old are you now? Well, just give me a range.
34.
You ain't gotta tell me exactly.
I'm
Huh?
34. I'm
Oh, you
34. I mean,
34?
I already told people I'm 5'10", 212 pounds. I don't care about that shit. It is what
Man, you funny as I don't know what to
it
be.
is. I'm just saying.
So you 34, you approaching, your mid 30s or whatever. If it was one conversation that we having now today that you wouldn't want to be having 10 years from now, what would it be?
What do you mean?
Like right now we talked about your singleness.
Uh-huh.
Is that something you wouldn't mind if you wouldn't care if you were single 10 years from now or is something that you definitely won't want to fix or whatever?
I wouldn't care. Like I'm not in a place where I'm like I feel like I need to have a relationship. Like, do I have male companionship in my life? Yes. Like that male counterpart, that need of just having that attention, connection with the man is being filled, but in the sense of I'm still single. There's an understanding that I'm still single. I have no desire to be connected to you and just you. So I'm gonna do whatever I want to do, and he does whatever he want to does, and we're good. Like if I go on a date, I call him and let him know. Look, I'm going on a date. All right, cool. It is what it is. Keep it moving. But 10 years from now, if I'm still in that situation, I'm still fine with that because I don't have a desire to be tied down, attached to one person right now. Because I'm just enjoying just me entirely too much to change that shit. Especially at how bad my marriage was. Just the idea of, and I know me, I love hard. So the idea of being with somebody and getting that caught up in them again scares me in terms of I'm not ready to let myself go yet to be with somebody.
So, but with that said, like your 75-year-old self says what to your 34-year-old self? Like
Bitch, you lived and it was fun and you said no to nothing. You lived your best life. Like,
she froze up.
am I
There she
back?
go. You back now.
if if I'm permitted or not permitted, if I get to a point to where, all right, look, we feeling this way about each other, let's try a relationship. Cool, I'll let it happen. I'm not stopping it, but I'm not just actively out there. Okay, I need to find a husband or a boyfriend by the age of 37. No, it's not a goal on my list right now. I got so much other shit that I want to do, and that companionship and everything else, all those other needs are being met to where there's no need to change it at this moment. So if I'm
But
75 and still single, I did everything I wanted to do. If I'm not in a relationship, so what?
But even you self admitted that a lot of that is from the marriage. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? A lot of that is from that. So it's like, do you think that's still like a handcuff? You know that you still aren't past it enough to even allow that part of your life to be open?
I was in denial of myself for probably about 2 years now, thinking that I was completely healed over my marriage. But about 4 months ago, situation happened, and I realized it's still affecting me a lot. And so now I'm starting to admit again that I haven't fully healed from that.
Hmm.
I'm not going to let the next man suffer for what the past man did. I'm not going to put that on him. And so I know, okay, there's still a lot of healing that I have to do before I can be with somebody else and be like, I completely trust you with my heart again. So yeah, I can say that I still got some issues from my past relationships that's hindering things.
Mm. Mel, you want to say something?
I just like that that you honest about what you want in your life instead of trying to force things or um trying to get in a situation to get you over that, because that's a good thing, because a lot of people get in relationships with people after a bad one and actually end up hurting the person that they're currently with because they're not really over the past. So basically, you admitting to yourself that you want to heal before, because I said that same thing. I'm kind of still a broken mirror. I don't want to bleed on people who didn't cause
Mm-hmm.
this pain. So it's understandable, but I do also know that you could tell in your confidence that it's like, okay, if it happened, it's not like you're just gonna be like, no, I don't want that. You're just going
Mm-hmm.
with the flow, basically. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. It's long as you're happy while doing it and having a good time, you saying your needs are being met.
See,
If
I'm
it's
just gonna
not
be
broken,
honest. I'm just gonna be honest. I feel like I
You want
hear all the
everybody
words
to be married.
that you're. Can you hear me? I feel like I hear all the words that y'all saying, but at the end of the day, I just personally feel like when the right dude come along, you're gonna be who you need to
yeah,
be in that relationship. You're just gonna be
and I can
like,
agree
oh
with that.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's my boyfriend.
yeah,
That's my
My
fiance now.
man,
That's
my
my
and
husband.
husband.
I know I'm gonna be like that. I 100% know I'm gonna be just like that whenever I do find him. Like I'm gonna be very protective, very selfish, and bitch, look, but don't come over here because it's gonna be a problem. So like, so
So
but
so
go ahead,
go ahead.
go ahead.
Hey, so with that being said, the TikTok thing is really taking off for you, and as you get more popularity, the celebrity isolates you. So now it's like, you become like a figure that can't do normal things anymore. How
And
does
that's why
yeah.
it's so important for me to continue to just say whatever the fuck it is in my head and keep it unfiltered. Because I never want to be one of those persons where I say something and I got to come back and apologize for it. No, I meant what I said in that moment. I've always meant what I said. I'm not going to alter who I am just for celebrity status or popularity or whatever. Like if I'm legitly dead wrong about something because of misunderstanding, that's one thing. But I'm not saying anything that I don't mean. So who you
Hmm.
see now is who you're gonna see forever. Like I'm never gonna come back and apologize for being this. It is what it is. If you don't like it, fuck it. You ain't gotta watch.
So you wake up tomorrow. You wake up tomorrow and you have 5 million followers. You wake up tomorrow. How is your life different?
I still
You
gotta
know,
go to work on Monday.
every video
Ain't
has a
shit
million
changed.
views.
I still gotta go to work, pay bills on Monday. Nothing changed. I still got a
Yeah.
daughter I gotta take care of every day. I might have
All right.
slightly more creature comforts, but I still have to survive like I've been doing this whole time. I just got a little bit more people out there in the world who know who the fuck I am.
Mm.
I only got
I just
11,000. Shoot,
You said what?
I only have 11,000. I feel like my life changing, especially after that last
Yeah.
live we just did. Oh my goodness, I had reservations for me the next morning to go to breakfast. I said, oh,
See?
okay,
And
Look.
it's weird as shit. Like people now, like you said, they approach you, ask you shit, and then they really are awestruck when I respond to their messages. I'm like, why wouldn't I? And it was like, cause you're a celebrity. Like, no, I'm not. I live in Columbia, South Carolina, in the fucking ghetto. I ain't no fucking celebrity. Like, I'm out here struggling like the next person. So I mean, why would I not speak to you? I'm still an everyday
But
person.
but the thing is, like, you have to remember, like, your impact is greater than you probably think. Like, you're probably
I hadn't
somebody
realized
is
that
sitting in
yet.
their car stressed out, and they probably watch your video and be like, "All right, I'm not gonna jump off this bridge today." She just made
And
me laugh.
surprisingly, somebody did message me, not say they're going to jump off a bridge, but they said they woke up that morning and couldn't think of a reason to smile. Like things were bad. It's like I saw your video and the day got better. And I was like, oh shit, like I'm really impacting people. I didn't,
Hmm.
because in all honesty, not to sound selfish, but I was just making videos for myself because I was bored, not thinking that anybody was going to watch it, not thinking it was going to help anybody. So to hear people responding to where it's a good thing they're getting from my videos, and it's bringing joy to their day, it was like I didn't mean to do it, but glad I can help. But it's I don't know how to feel. Like it's a weird feeling still. I don't know how to receive it.
Mm. It's, I mean, because you're definitely bringing joy, and the thing is, you probably also is building confidence, because there's probably a lot of girls who look like you, feel like you, want to say things like you, and don't know how to. You know what I'm saying? Because I know Mel has said some of the same similar things, like people inboxing her, and they basically, you my voice. You the T-shirt I wear to casual Friday. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just feel like when you look at your content, for one, it's very consistent. It's very, what I'm saying, it's very authentic. It's very you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if there's another person who does what you do on your channel like that. Cause that's what I thought. I thought like literally you were writing these scripts out. You know what I'm saying? It may have been a film crew, because it's like they're well edited, everything. It's well presented. It's dope.
Thank you.
I'm
I
very
just
proud
followed.
of you.
Appreciate that.
You just who follow who?
I just followed her.
Oh,
Okay.
I gotta
Yeah.
follow her. If I exit
Yeah,
out,
y'all, yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
how to work
It's
technology.
everybody
I'm
on the
sorry.
live. Follow these people. Like, follow these people. Inbox them. They're taking, their reservations and their, cash apps and all that
I
kind of
am.
stuff.
I'm free every other weekend if you want to fly me out.
What's your cash app?
It's me, Cat P.
It's what?
It's
Oh, I
me,
thought you
Cat
said
P.
meet cat P. Okay, all right.
No, it's
I
me,
I don't
Cat
know
P.
what. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, but I don't know, man. It's just I did want to ask you a couple more questions. Hold on, I got a list. Let me pull it up real quick. All
It's
right.
Cat with a K. When you cash out, it's Cat with a K, not a C. Katrina, I
Somebody else
mean.
just got $25 somewhere. Right. All right. So, all right, this is gonna be like a fast, rapid thing.
Okay,
You
sure.
got like you got 2 seconds to answer the questions.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Sex in a public place, yes or no?
Yep.
Ever sent a dirty text to the wrong person?
Yep.
Elaborate.
I can't remember too many times. No, I did send. Okay, it wasn't just like wrong person. I took a Snapchat video and posted on my Snapchat for everybody to view it. And I think like
Mm,
15 people saw it. I said, shit. So I had to take it out real fast. So yeah.
okay. Ever ever said the wrong name in bed?
No.
Never. Interesting. Obviously, I don't even know why I'm about to ask this one. Ever have friends with benefits?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Ever slept with somebody that you did not know their name?
Yep.
How'd that go?
Which one?
Damn.
Because Chancellor, I gave you a nickname in my head, and I came in there with one intent in mind. So now I know I'm not gonna talk to you after this. Why try to remember your name? It's hurting my brain. No, I'm good.
Okay. Okay. I understand the logic. Mel, You?
No, not the no name. No, no, I haven't. I'm too intimate. I don't know.
Sex in a public place?
Most definitely.
What's you mean Burger King? What parking lot? What?
DJ booth
Dang! In the club?
in the club, right on his lap. I had a dress
Hey,
on.
y'all bad. Y'all bad. Y'all bad. Dirty sex to the wrong dirty text to the wrong person.
No, no. I did do the wrong picture though. Almost kind of like what she said. I sent the picture. It wasn't to like another man. It was like accidentally to my dad because I have my friend named in my phone under Daddy. So it was a mess.
I
It
don't
was
know
a,
what I would do. I don't know what I would do
Yeah,
if my daughter sent me a picture. I don't know what I would do. I would. Y'all just made me see all kind of red lights.
see nobody else.
Hey, somebody said they got it
I'll be
in at the
back.
casino parking lot.
Casino.
Casino parking lot. Somebody hit the slot.
Oh, nice.
Hold on, I'm trying to go through this comment. Uh, Somebody said it's a great feeling as a creator. Makes me want to continue as well. I guess when we was talking about that, I guess she said I live in Vegas, so yeah, that ain't nothing but a Tuesday afternoon in Vegas.
Oh, she said she'll be back. Look like she left out.
Okay. Hey, so what you think, Emil? What happened since after the live? What happened after we went live that day for you?
Oh my goodness. So it was a
Okay.
guy who I was already who I was dealing with. Like we just kind of been on and off, like been friends for years or whatever. And just like recently last few months we, kind of got a little bit more serious. But recently I had told him I just was like, you know what? You cool people and all, but I just don't see how far we can go from here. So he
Mm-hmm.
said that while he was at work and watched our whole life. So we was saying some stuff on there because we were talking about getting flew out, how people wanted to fly me out and stuff like that. And while we was on live, I was getting messages from him. Oh, people want to do this for you, and people want to do that because a part of the live you said that if you really want a person, then you got to go after them because you going there to get that loaf of bread, you come back and it's gone. And he
Mm-hmm.
said that to me. So he sent me a message like, I need to get my loaf. Meet me for breakfast in the morning. So we just been talking on and off. Like I say, my followers, oh my goodness, they just went up. Just keep going up. Like every time I get on TikTok, it's 100 new followers. Like um, I I was trying to. I went live by myself. I had a few ladies. We were talking about the beautiful and having low self esteem. I did a few of those. Talked to a lot of women. I actually have phone numbers of women who actually called me from TikTok, like wanted to talk. Oh, if you ever in such and such, we should link up. Like just from watching a live, like it was pretty
Mm-hmm.
cool. Like it's a nice journey. I'm getting my platform a little bigger, so I can keep talking. I made a video the other day about boundaries. That's doing a lot of numbers. So yeah.
Hold on, I'm trying to get Cat back on here. It
I guess
says connected. I'm
is
waiting
she
for her to jump back on.
she down
All
there?
right, let me see.
Oh yeah.
It says she is. Hold on. Good evening, Addie. Cupcake 0523. And is that Jenny? Is that Jen Bunny? Y'all know I can't see, right? Y'all, I can't see nothing. And the thing is, I keep trying to hook it up on my other TV monitor so I can have them. Hey, baby D. And so I can see the monitor a little bit better or whatever. But man, like when I tell you, just listen. So like I told you before, my whole thing was, um, I'm trying to get her. Okay, invite sent. She should jump back on now. So my whole thing was about 45, 50 days ago. I have a coach, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I do coaching, but I'm not above having my own coach, right? because it's always somebody who know more than you or who can assist you in giving you, advice or whatever. Now, one thing about business is a lot of people get it confused that they need to find a mentor in their field. No, you need a mentor who just knows business. So, like, if somebody's a millionaire and they are, I own a bucket company, I still know how to manage money at millionaire level, even though I own a bucket company. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And you need to take leadership cues from people in leadership, period. And so my coach, he had told me, like, he had went on my TikTok and he had looked at a couple videos and he was like, for one time, you still, like, I was repurposing videos from my podcast that I do on Facebook. And he was like, you're doing TikTok, make TikTok videos. And I was like, I didn't know what that meant at first because I really wasn't on here. And so I did some research and I said, okay, I'm about to do, some reaction videos. I'm gonna do some da 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 da. And so I started making actual TikTok videos.
Mhm.
And sure enough, I posted 3 to 4 times a week. My content is always, because I do podcasting, you know what I'm saying? So I'm on my show, I'm on other people's show, everything. So like content really isn't a problem for me. It was just understanding this avenue, understanding this lane, and then taking it serious enough to elevate my overall content to the people. So like when I see both of you guys, like Kat, like when I remember when I first saw Kat's page, I think she might have had like 8,000, 9,000, followers or whatever. And that's now done expanded like over 40, you know what I'm saying? And like same thing with you, Mill. I remember you had like I think 6 or 7 followers when I picked you up from the refugee camp. And now
Damn.
you know what I'm saying, you've crossed over 10,000 last week. Congratulations or whatever. And I'm telling you the development, and that's why I said like, I really want to work with people and keep growing the space so we have a place to have these conversations, because I feel like the conversations and the content is so needed. So people have like a venue or wherever, just a space to have these talks, because think about it, Mel, like the stuff people were saying to you in your inbox, they literally weren't talking to nobody else but you.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And then like even with Kat, like it's like I'm
You
telling
really
you,
think that?
I think that because it's like, think about
I
it.
don't
Like,
ever think that.
so think about like some of the stuff you say, another person would be scared to say. They would be scared to say it. They don't have the
Yeah.
confidence to say it. And you give it, you're like their voice. That's why I said sometimes it's like we're way bigger than what we think. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. I had a person the other day that literally went through every last video that I had on my page and
Yo.
wrote comments for each one, sent likes for
Yes.
each one,
Yes.
inboxed me a message, followed me on every
Yes.
other platform, everything. That person is in tune and step with me and my content.
Mhm.
And you have those people.
Okay, so I'm glad you said that because you looking at it as they're keeping up with you to support you, want to see what you got going on. What did they miss? Getting caught up because they're into you. I saw that a completely different way of why you being so fucking weird. Not to think that, not like I didn't think about it this way. So I'm glad we're talking about it. And so like I don't want to pass judgment on somebody. I never stopped to think that okay, I'm impacting their life. They just really want
Mhm.
to see what I had going on. They like my voice because I'm speaking for them. Things that they didn't think they could say. I get it now. So thank you. I apologize to you all that I mentally called fucking weird. Love y'all. Without y'all, I wouldn't be here.
Hey, it's I get comments like my messages be like, fix my marriage. Um, your teeth look amazing. I get a lot of stuff. It be all over the place. And I know y'all women, so I can only imagine. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that y'all get from women, let alone men. Cause men be like doing the most. So
They do.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Like I've yet to be asked to be flued out anywhere. So
Hello.
Oh
it's
my God.
coming. It's coming. My day coming. I'm gonna get on a flight, mama. But yeah. So anything y'all want to ask me?
Are you married?
I was married.
Are you currently
Yeah, I was
married?
married for 13 years. I'm single now. I've been single
Oh,
for
okay.
no, but I'm dating. So I've been in the wilderness for almost 10 years.
Wait, you wilderness like in the wilderness in a relationship or wilderness like in the wild wandering out there by yourself?
That's what it felt like.
Oh,
that's what that's what it felt like. It like I say, like anybody who comes from a long term relationship and you get thrust into the dating scene, depending on when you got thrust, you so far behind, it makes no sense. Like we talked about it on the last live. Like you
Yeah.
should have to take a class to date right now. The
yeah.
lingo didn't change, the agenda didn't change, the mentality didn't change. Women don't act like women, men don't act like men. It's you need a degree to date right now.
Not a whole
You
degree.
need a degree.
You
You
really
need
do.
some you need some college credits to actually date effectively right now.
I agree
So
with
so
that.
would you ever get married again?
Yes, in a heartbeat. In a
No.
heartbeat. I want to get married. I want to get married battered in them bridezillas on them TV shows. And the
Why?
thing is, like I say that because me and my ex-wife, we cool to this day. There's power in covenant relationships. You just made, I was extremely young when I got married before, and it's like, you just make, wrong decisions, but the actual marriage, yeah, I could see that happening again. I would like that to happen again. I believe in the power of two people versus the world. And, when you got that covenant promise and that covenant relationship, you can accomplish things that you probably couldn't do on your own. And that's just me. I am 100% down for it.
Okay.
You said that like, it's for you, not for
I
him.
mean, no, no, I can agree with that. I definitely agree that. I mean, I don't think that, even though I say I'm fine with being single, but I don't need a relationship. I really don't think that it's meant for people to be alone and by themselves. Everybody wants
Hmm.
somebody to love. Um, just me personally, I feel like I can love you and not have to marry you.
Whatever, one, okay, I can agree with that. Now, if you would have asked me that maybe 10 years ago, I probably wouldn't have agreed. But now it's like, I do see the piece of paper is really the piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is for certain people. Because I've seen people be together in faithful, loyal
Hmm.
relationships for decades and then get married
Hmm.
legally and be done in 6 months.
I
So,
think that's what how I'm looking at it because my mom and dad never got married, but
mhm.
they were together and they had a whole family together. And then I've seen other marriages where they were married, had that paper, and I knew without a shadow of a doubt he cheating on her every other weekend. Like, what's the point? Like the people who don't have that paper say they're married seem like they have such a better connection, have better communication. Not saying all legal marriages are like that, but I have seen few legal marriages where that happiness is genuine. You can just see it in everything that they do. Versus, I know he cheating or I know she unhappy or whatever.
I do feel like also there's a huge narrative that's going on that marriages don't work, or even relationships don't work, and I feel like that's a huge lie that's being told. Even if you look at the statistics, people are still getting married, people are still staying together. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the myth of this happy single life that you don't need anybody to validate you or you don't need it's true enough, you don't need anybody to validate you, but I also don't feel like it should be the single people versus the married people.
Yeah, Yeah.
are the people in relationships. That's a versus that nobody even asks for.
Yeah.
Let alone some of the ones we done seen actually on verses. Like some of the ones they just be coming up with now. I'll be like, what?
See, they still do them?
I guess it's a huge lawsuit going on right now between the internet platform they were using, and so that sort of put a hold on all of them. The only one I was sitting I was sitting courtside for the Gucci Man and the Jeezy and Jada the Locks and
I never seen any of them.
none.
Like cause I always have the intent I'm gonna do it, and then one of the personalities would kick in and take over the rest of the night, and I forgot I was supposed to watch it, and I was like, oh shit, I missed it again. Oh well, so yeah, I never saw.
There's some I wish they would do over. Like the Erica Badu and Jill Scott, they need to redo that.
I didn't know they did it. Like, I saw
Yeah,
clips
that.
afterwards of some of them, but I
Mhm.
never watched any of them live. But I didn't even know they did that one.
Yeah, they did that one. And then the worst one that should have been one of the better ones because the technical difficulties was the Teddy Riley
I
versus
heard about
Babyface.
that. Yeah, I heard about
Yeah,
that.
that was it was an Instagram nightmare. So yeah, like I said, nobody asked for the relationship versus single people versus, and
But
we
it
seem to have
exists.
it.
Yeah.
So Kat,
Yes.
before we get off, is there anything you want to tell the people?
Thank y'all.
That's it.
That's it. What else to say?
Hey,
Choose
I
violence
want to
every
thank
day.
you. Okay. Now I did see that you were doing some artwork. You be doing some other stuff. Do you have like a link or something like that on your page that
Yeah.
links to anything? Okay.
Yeah, my link on my page, it links to everything that I have going on. I write Instagram with like my visual art and stuff like that. Um, Podcasts, yeah, everything's on there.
Okay. All right. So y'all, hey, go to her page, follow, check out her content. I want to thank all y'all for tuning in tonight. This is Tom Swoop with First Off of My Opinion, and we out. See y'all next time.
Bye.